After we left Fukui, it was time to go to Osaka. We got to Osaka Station, which is huge, and we met up with Yoko.
She couldn't believe that we were there, but we were.
After dropping our stuff off at Yoko's house, we headed out to Osaka Station. So, in Japan, like in the big cities, each subway station and stuff like that are like their own cities pretty much. Like they're huge. They're like mega malls essentially. And it just so happens that in Osaka Station they have their very own Pokemon Center. So we're here at the Pokemon Center in Osaka. I have a friend who special requested something from here, so I'm gonna go find him a present.
So it's pretty cool. They have like Pokemon everything. So you can just go in, there's like walls of like Pokemon toys and like food and charms, like everything pretty much that you can think of. So Fumika came to meet up with us in Osaka as well, and we decided to go out to dinner. So we went to a type of restaurant that's known as kushikatsu. So it's kind of like deep fried food on a stick. So you kind of choose on the menu what you want, and then they bring it to you all ready to go. So they had stuff like squid, octopus,
pork, chicken,
sausages,
beef,
like vegetables,
onions, and
yeah,
lotus roots.
Yeah, it was really good. And it's kind of like you just kind of order one at a time, or if there's a couple that you want, you just order those at one time. And another thing that we look for in Japan, or have been looking for, is something called English. So English is when non-English speaking countries use English in either their menus or their restaurant,
just any English.
Yeah, any English at all for marketing or whatever. So we found a couple good ones that were pretty good and have made us laugh quite a bit. So the next day, we decided to take a day trip to Kobe, and there we found a gigantic robot. Okay, so we've taken a small side trip to Kobe, and just as we always suspected, Japan has been building giant robots for quite some time now.
So the main reason we went out to Kobe is because Yoko's brother owns a restaurant out there called Yume.
So we're at Yoko's brother's restaurant. We've just started eating. The food is very good. We've had some sashimi, and then we're having a salad. And everything looks really awesome. So of course we really wanted to go and try the food there at his restaurant, and everything was like delicious. Like everything was so good, and I gotta say, like presentation, like food presentation, everything was excellent.
Yeah, and he just kept bringing us food.
Yeah, we were so full,
yeah.
But like more stuff came out, and everything was like so good. You couldn't leave anything behind. Like you had to eat it. And I gotta say that I ate the fanciest tomato I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was like cut into thin pieces and like assorted as like a rose or like a flower, and it was pretty good. So another place we got to go to was Osaka-jo, which is the castle in Osaka.
So approaching Osaka Castle, it's actually surrounded by a huge, gigantic moat, and it's got these giant walls that essentially makes an island. So we found ourselves at Osaka Castle. It's huge. Like, it kind of looks small on the camera, but like we are like very minuscule. Like if you were to stand at the bottom there, you're very tiny. So let's go check it out. And once you enter over like the bridge area into the castle, it used to be like a city, but now it's more just like a bunch of different buildings. They have like museums and stuff, and they were holding a kendo tournament in one of the buildings that day. And then we went up to the main castle, and it's on its own island with a moat, not a water moat, just like a big dirt moat. inside of the big main, or the castle grounds. It's pretty cool approaching the castle. They had stuff you could do, like there's pictures you could get with samurai, which is pretty cool.
Okay, so you can see Osaka Castle behind us. It's pretty impressive, and we're gonna try and see if we can go inside. Yeah, and you can also see there's samurai walking about right there. You can see samurai.
And then there's a big long lineup, and you walk all the way up into Osaka Castle.
Like a lot of the other castles in Japan, the insides are turned into museums. So it was kind of like modern on the inside, and you kind of go up each floor.
Osaka Castle actually plays a huge part in Japan's history. It's been destroyed and rebuilt a few times throughout history. Even, I think it was World War II, they were making like, I think bullets and like munitions for the war. Inside the museum part, they have an old picture depicting one of the big battles that happened there. And then they actually remade that picture with actual minifigures. So there's like a 3D version of the painting right beside it, so you can compare them. It's actually really cool. And then the view from the top of the castle is amazing. You get a 360-degree view of Osaka City, and it's pretty breathtaking.
Yeah.
And the next day was actually when we went to Hiroshima, which you can see in the last video we posted. So make sure to check that out.
So we ended up meeting up with our friend Ayoko and headed over to Dotonbori, which is known for having bright lights and big billboards in Osaka. Restaurants have stuff like gigantic crabs on them and like other kind of like statues and stuff. So it was a pretty cool place to see, especially at night when everything is lit up.
On the last day of Osaka, we went to USJ, which is Universal Studios Japan, which is, to put it shortly, amazing. And we went with our good friends, Humika and Yoko.
Alright, so we found ourselves at Universal Studios. As you can hear, the Harry Potter theme's playing.
You take the subway there, and then you get off the train and you walk into like a mini city before entering the actual Universal Studios. And Universal Studios actually has like their own hotels and stuff on site, so you can go and spend like weekends there and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, and they also have kind of like a little town, so like has like a few shops, like there's like Shonen Jump shop and like just like clothing stores, so you can pretty much just go there and you're pretty much set. The first thing, of course, that we had to do when we got to USJ was visit the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So we're officially in Harry Potter. Well, not in Harry Potter, but in the Harry Potter world, because that would be weird.
If you're a Harry Potter fan, like it's like a dream come true. You have to walk through Hogsmeade and then you go up into Hogwarts Castle. And since we did that first thing, the line was actually not bad and it like moved really quick. So the line, you actually walk through like the entire castle. So you see like the staircase with like all like the paintings that talk and stuff like that.
And the paintings do talk.
And they move and talk. They're like live, or not live, but like, you know.
Yeah.
You walk through and you see like the mirror of your eyes, which, you know, you get to see your heart's deepest desire. And then you work your way through to like the ride inside the castle, which is like awesome. It's like you put on like 3D glasses and you sit in like a roller coaster kind of thing, but not like a coaster. You're just like in like a chair.
Yeah.
And you go through the whole ride, and the 3D glasses add like a whole bunch of stuff to what you're seeing. So like some of it's real, but then some of it's like all like the 3D stuff and like animated stuff. It looks awesome. Like I totally recommend it. It was lots and lots of fun.
So after getting off of the ride at Harry Potter World, the first thing we had to do was grab ourselves some butterbeer. We're at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and we're about to try butterbeer. It's pretty good. So halfway through our butterbeer, this happened.
Something wicked this way comes.
So the one thing I, of course, had to do at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter was to go find a wand. So they actually have a wand shop, and they have like a whole bunch of different ones. And there's the website Pottermore, where you actually get straight into your own houses, and you get your own wand. So mine is actually English Oak with Dragon Heartstrings, so I'm proud to say I got an English Oak wand with Dragon Heartstring. And the cool thing is that the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, not only can you buy the wand, you can use it.
After the little show, we ended up meeting Humika's mom and aunt, who came to USJ as well to spend the day.
And then we headed to the Shingeki no Kyojin Theater, or in English, the Attack on Titan Theater, to watch the 20-minute show in 4D.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, we couldn't really understand it because it was all in Japanese.
Yeah.
But you don't need to understand to enjoy it.
Let's just say, like, when blood splat, you feel it spray on your face and stuff.
And
so
it's often.
It's often. So it was really cool how they did that. So after the movie, we headed over and got our picture taken with the armored Titan, and it was pretty amazing. Like, it was like full scale and like super detailed, and it was awesome to see.
Yeah. Next thing we did was we went for lunch at the Jaws restaurant. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like the Amityville set. Like, it's like they have like a town, Amityville, there set up from the movie.
Okay, so at Universal Studios, of course, you have to go to the Jaws restaurant to have lunch. So that's where we are, and we're gonna have our sandwiches.
And then, of course, we went on Jaws the ride.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. We couldn't film during the rides, but let's just say every ride at USJ is worth going on.
Yeah.
Everything was really, really awesome.
Yeah. Just say, it's one thing to see a shark pop out of the water in film. It's like 100 times scarier in real life.
Yeah. So after that, we headed over to Jurassic Park. And once again, it's way cooler to see dinosaurs in real life trying to eat you than in a movie.
We did the flying dinosaur, which is like their biggest ride there. It's like a roller coaster, but the one that you like sit and
you lie flat.
You lie
and
flat.
You fly. It feels like you're flying and you're spinning and doing loops.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. So of course we had to go to Terminator 3D and also to the Spider-Man ride. But my favorite ride there was the Evangelion ride, which is like a manga and anime. And it was really cool because it's a virtual reality ride. So you put on the virtual reality helmet and everything looks like anime. So like you look around, everything's cartoon, and you're like flying through a city and everything's being destroyed and stuff, and you can feel the wind on your face, and it's so cool. Like, you feel like you're actually flying in a ship.
Yeah.
Like escaping a city. So.
Yeah, Universal Studios Japan is pretty cool. Just to even just walk around. They've got like, it's like different cities
like
within
Hollywood.
the park. Yeah, there's Hollywood. Like we said, Amityville. There's like
Jurassic Park,
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
There's a Minions town.
Yeah. So we were literally maybe 4 days early for the opening of the Minion Park.
So this is for somebody and you know who you are.
And apparently it's the largest one in the world for like Minions, something like that. Like
Yeah.
it's a special Minions park, but they had the store open and had like Minions all over like kind of like the town, so it was pretty funny and pretty awesome. So that was the end of the day of USJ and also the end of our stay in Osaka. So stay tuned for the next video and see ya.